To really help you understand just how far we've come with this entryway already, I had to take you back to the very beginning, before we even renovated the house, as it's already quite a crazy before and after. Now, my house is a bungalow, and bungalows aren't really known for grand entrances, but in fact, we don't even use this as our main entrance. We come in through the garage, but when we have guests, they will still use the front door, so we really wanted to help anchor this area to have it still feel like an entryway. So to get started, you guys know none of the trim in my house is painted, and I'm painting it like makeover by makeover, so we had to get the trim around the door finally painted. But while I was doing that, I came up with this idea that maybe painting this door would really help anchor this space as like an entryway point. I just feel like my whole house is quite white and open concept, that anything to sort of help anchor it would be a good thing. So I think we're gonna find some paint later. Do any of you remember this entryway table from like every other house I've lived in? I've painted it and it's been around the block. I've used it as a desk even. Well, I'm sanding it because it's just not the vibe anymore, and I thought if maybe I sanded it and got it to like a light wood color, this could really work as a console table. It was really doing nothing in its current space, so I thought, you know what, I have this, let's see if we can just like upcycle it a little bit. So this is how the desk has turned out. I think it's really gorgeous. This wood turned out really great. The legs I think are different wood. I don't know if you can tell in here. They're like very pink. They look more like a red oak. The doors, they're pretty banged up from me sanding. Just in order to get the sander in there, I kind of dinged it up, but that's okay because I don't think I'm gonna leave them white anyways. So I have some leftover pull wrap that I was thinking we could put on the front. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna at least put the pull wrap on and then decide if I want it white or not. Okay, so this is how this looks. It literally has transformed this desk. This desk looks like such a more expensive desk. So when we renovated this house, we kind of knew that the front door should be moved over. The issue was that if we were to do that, we would have had to replace siding on the outside, which we weren't in the position to do. So we left the door where it was, and obviously we're presented with this situation, which is that, you know, you have 3 chairs here and, you know, it's in front of the door. If you were to open this door, you know, you're coming into the chair, hitting the chair, no dogs. So I had seen some inspiration of people who had actually put cabinets on the other side of their island. So we wanted to essentially turn this area into more storage and then just have the 2 bar stools here. It's so rare that we need more, but in the case that we do, we can just bring another chair to this corner. Then we're gonna put in a door stopper, which is going to stop the door from hitting the counter, so the door will only actually open that far. The other day I went to IKEA to get some cabinets. I added everything to my cart online. To get a cabinet that was this size, it was a little bit bigger. To get these doors, which like kind of match our existing kitchen doors, the hinges, the legs, it was gonna cost over $300, but I found this in that like now or never section, $149. The downside is that there are pre-drilled handle holes, so I probably won't be able to match the handles in our kitchen, but I'll still do gold. It's gonna go on legs. Obviously it's gonna be brought up to be the right height, but you can see it does need to be trimmed back. We want it to essentially be the same width as this to really make it look like a built-in. So that's kind of our first step.
Okay.
I'm using my favorite bonding primer. You guys might remember that mirror from the last time I tried to paint it. I did not use a primer, so we're gonna do that this time. Convinced we needed to paint the front door, I headed to Benjamin Moore to try to source out some colors. I ended up getting 3 samples, but they were all sort of in the same color range. I really wanted to do something that was like a terracotta pot. So here are the colors that we ended up choosing. Here are the swatches. It's very hard to show this on camera, but you can see there's one that's pink, one that's lighter, and one that's just like super vibrant. So I honestly don't know which one's gonna win. I like them all for different reasons, so we're gonna swatch them on the door and live with them, you know, daylight and at nighttime. So this just in, I asked for the first 3 colors, but something happened. She must have thought I asked for this last color, so instead of this one, I got the last one, which is why I don't like that swatch at all. But this was like my favorite color. It's a little more red. So this is what this middle color looks like. I believe it's called Flower Pot. And then this is Rust, which is the top one. And then you can see here, this is called Covered Bridge, but I wanted that third one, so I'm not really sure what to do. I think this is my favorite one. I also swatched them down here. You can see that's like super red. It's nothing like that other color. But again, I think this one is my favorite out of these 3. Back at it again with this bonding primer from Bear. I did a whole coat over the door first. I really wanted this to stick. You know, when people are going in and out of the door, I don't want the color coming off. So I did a whole coat of this over, and then I ended up doing 2 coats of the color Flower Pot by Benjamin Moore. I think it was the perfect choice. I think it's, you know, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. It's a bit dark, it's a bit vibrant, but I think that's exactly what this door needed. Cabinet is in and looking great. I'm gonna have to get a shelf in it whenever I'm close to an IKEA, but I'm not gonna kill myself getting the shelf in for this video. We do need some handles though. I got these ones. I think they're nice. Like, they're not exactly like our other kitchen handles, but we have to do something with like this kind of width of hole. Hey. Yay! I actually love them. They're so good. Let's reminisce on where we came from because it makes the after that much more enjoyable. I love that I made the decision to paint that door. I think it really does help anchor the space. I also love that this makeover was cost effective because I had the console table in the mirror and the cabinet was from that Now or Never section at IKEA. So that was also great. I'm obsessed. I'm still looking for a runner to better fit this area, but that will come in time. I love that I kept Girlie's bowl here. If you were wondering, that's where she would eat breakfast every day. So I love that I've sort of made her bowl like a home decor piece, and it will stay there as long as we live here. The door is beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. I know that this was quite the simple makeover, but sometimes that's what they are, simple. I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.